So I'm at this counting inversions problem, which I came from the previous problem relating to, I lost the link, but I know, chaos. And I solved it using policy-based data structure, right? But I feel like I can also solve this in policy-based data structure. It's the exact same thing, but we don't have to sort at the start. So just yeah, we can just do that and take an integer. And then we can count how many are greater than this. I like that. I think this should work, right? Oops. Oh, yeah. We can work on the shortcoding a bit later, but yeah, that should work. And if we want to shortcode this, we can just get rid of that. You can just change this to IOStream. Can we do like that? Is that a thing? Is that a way of writing long? Of course not, right? Yeah. What if I define macros? Whatever, let's get back to this. So that takes one less, right? That should work. We will study this right after we just submit the answer, 'cause why not, you know? It's not like we can always write PBDS. So let's just try and submit this and see how it goes. I feel like a lot more people tried this with PBDS actually. So if you go to short coding, there's like a lot of way shorter code, so God, this is taking forever. Let's try submitting. Yeah. Yeah, we can't even make it to the first page with this one. But I want to see what other people said about this. If other people also did a PBDS approach. I'll just give it a Platinum 5. But yeah, you can... Yeah, I can see why people say these two are the same problems. I will be going over what counting inversions means. I did give it a quick look up. Geeks for Geeks is known for being horrible, so I don't really. Yeah, let's refer to a Korean post. No. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT. I think that'll be the best. And my rendering's done, so I'll be back in a moment. And by the way, guys, I don't know if this is like a me problem, but usually I would just be able to just like spam click next and then publish, and then it will just like begin to do this in the background. But from now on, for some reason, I can't immediately publish the video. It says upload complete, processing will begin shortly, and maybe after that I can publish. I don't know why I can't publish at the point. I can't even see my playlists that I want to put it in, so if you guys can help me with that, that'll be very appreciated. But going back to the problem, since it's a pretty well-known problem, ChatGPT will probably be able to help us with like various types of implementations. Explain the inversions naive solution, divide and conquer solution, and yes, sorting solution, if that's a thing, and segment tree solution. Yeah, that makes sense. Divide and conquer. And blah blah we get in log n, sorting by solution. Okay. Segment tree solution. Okay, so there's basically a segment tree solution and a merge sort solution. And we can't solve this with only sorting. Why can't we though? Why can't we? Maybe we can integrate it with sort segment tree. Okay, segment tree solution, I think I immediately get it. As traversing, we add. What's the maximum number? Yeah, that makes sense. How do we implement the segment tree solution for this though? Like for this, because it's easy because it's numbers, but for this, how do you use the segment tree? Not too sure. Bruh, what's going on here? Anyways. Can we use segment tree solution with strings? A list of strings, max length 10. How do you compress? Oh, you can sort them and just give them numbers. Okay, that was stupid. Yeah, alright. Obviously. Then correspond them. Oh, that's why short coding is actually pretty decent, good on this. You can just sort and then just use some Fenwick tree, right? Same for this, you can just use a Fenwick tree. Yeah, there's no need to use PBDS at all. If I solved this first, I would have seen the segment tree method first, obviously. I wouldn't have thought of using PBDS. But here, the story's a bit different. Because, you know, like, I couldn't immediately come up with how to compare strings, and that's why I was stuck. But that's why you gotta coordinate compress, and that's why the contributions that people made make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's a funny effect of solving chaos before counting inversions. Which one's the older problem? Oh, I deleted it. Yeah, this one's the older problem actually, but I'm pretty sure counting inversions was a famous trick. Anyways, let's look at the merge sort solution. You know, guys, I'll be back with the merge sort solution after I fix my YouTube issue. Yeah, it turns out I just had to reload the page, so yeah. Going back to the problem though, merge sort. Okay, we do know what merge sort is, but we need to modify that a bit. How would we do that? We can do a single function call. That's the left and right, and this is the vector itself. Okay. Let me get this. Okay. Okay, from here on we need to actually put effort into understanding. I is left, J is mid. Okay. Right. So if the one in the back is bigger, no, if the one in the back is smaller, then we count the inversions. That's not that easy to visualize, in my head at least. So let's try drawing out a case. Let's try with the example case that's given to us. I'll add another number to make making the merge sort tree a bit easier. I'll add a 9 at the end to make things simpler. Divide into half. By the way, I'm doing this on paper if you guys didn't notice. So we start off with 4, 2. Now 4, 2. 2 is smaller than 4, so we take the latter case. And then we count the inversions, and that would be how many are in front of that. So are we merge sorting on the way there? Do we keep a sorted version? Yeah, this just adds the leftovers. What the hell is a copy? Huh? But I think I get it, because like you're sorting, and then you're finding a midpoint, and then you're counting until the index that doesn't satisfy it. Yeah, you're doing a live sort, and during the sort you're making modification. You're counting inversions. So okay, that makes full sense to me. And this is just probably a way of like modifying a.begin itself, so that you're you're pasting that into starting from a.begin plus 1 plus L. But I just want to make sure. I want to see an example. I remember seeing this function last time, so I get that. Oh, this is pretty fun. We throw in a lambda function to filter out the certain elements. That's actually really nice. That's clean. This is a really fun way of writing code. I want to see if what I'm thinking of is right though. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're thinking is right. All right, I do get counting inversions. I do get that you can use merge sort. And also segment tree. I think the segment tree solution would be most preferred because of its like scalability, because it can make lag updates, and also it's way easier to think of on the spot. PBDS. If you're in like a code forces contest, yeah, sure, that'll be the easiest by a huge margin. But it's kind of hard to remember this whole thing for OIs, so especially all of this. But yeah, that's really cool. All right, we're done with counting inversions. I'll see you on the next one.